Oh my god, it really has been like almost a month since I streamed, it feels like. Let me actually check that. When was the last time I properly streamed something? If I check my channels and I check my videos, the last time I streamed was here, which is... When is this? When is this? Does it? It just doesn't tell me. Okay, let me check YouTube instead, since I cross-streamed to YouTube. I'm curious, when was the last time I streamed? The last stream was 4 weeks ago! My last stream was 4 weeks ago! That's insane! Oh my god! What the hell? That's actually crazy to think about. Oh my god. I really haven't been doing much the past month. It's actually just been really hectic for me, not gonna lie. Let me see if I have any of the stuff pulled up. I'm actually surprised that it's been a month without streaming, because I know last time I was checking my stats and stuff, it was like, oh my god, you're so close to being an affiliate. Oh my god, you can do it. And I was like, oh, let me see. And it's like, your average viewership is like 2.7 and you need to hit 3 and you failed, so you don't get it. And I was like, okay. I need to check my notes. But yeah, it's been forever since I last streamed. Oh my god, so much stuff has been happening in my life, honestly. It's been kind of hectic, kind of crazy. And very tiring. Very tiring, I'm not gonna lie. I don't even know where to begin. I originally wasn't going to go to Offkai. Honestly, I'm not somebody that really likes socializing. Or, no. I'm not an extrovert. Let me put it that way. Like, I don't really find joy in going out to the movies, or going out to a game, or going out to the bar even, unless if I'm with people that I care about. So, surprise, surprise, right? Hold on, let me try fixing my calibration. Let's see if that works. Hopefully it does. Oh, it already looks better, actually. Okay, so, as I was saying, I'm not somebody that's really much of an extrovert. I tend to like to just be a homebody and stay inside. That's part of why I am, like, in real life, I'm very fucking pale. It's crazy. Ugh. And I hate that you can tell that it's been forever since I've talked too, because now every time I'm talking, I'm yawning too. It's not good. It's not good at all. But literally for me, I've been, it's just been very busy. And I don't usually do that type of thing. But then I was like, you know what? This is kind of like a thing that I don't think I'll be able to experience again. And I want to try it out. I want to know what it's like being in the center of a convention with a bunch of people that know me and that I'm able to actually talk and vibe with. You know? I hope that makes sense. And And so I was like, okay, you know what? I have some money saved. I was just going to use it for, I was saving it for a project, but I was like, this project is not going to go anywhere anytime soon. Let me see if I can actually have some fun. Maybe that's what I need right now. It's a little break from life, because work has been dragging me down. Life has been dragging me down. I really want a little break to help me out. And I was like, okay, YOLO, let's go in. And, you know, so many people I knew were going to be going to Offkai, and I was like, ooh, that sounds exciting. I kind of don't want to get FOMO. I want to go. And then what ended up solidifying it for me is because there was a lot of VTubers that I personally watched that were also going to go too. And I was like, oh my god, I want to go. I want to go see them if possible. I don't want to bug them. I just want to be like, oh my god, I love your content. You're amazing. You're wonderful. I hope you keep doing what you're doing because you are a wonderful person that should continue to exist. That's basically how I felt. And I really didn't know I was going to go. I really didn't think that was actually going to happen. But surprise, surprise, I actually went because I'm insane. And so, we went, or I went, or I planned going, and I was like, okay, what do I need in order to go? And so I was talking with some people, and they're like, oh, well, you're shit out of luck if you need a room. But this one cool person, he like offered a place to stay. He's like, yeah, you know, you can come over if you don't feel uncomfortable, you know, rooming with two guys. And I was like, I think that should be fine. I've like talked with you for like over half a year now, so I feel like I can trust you not to do anything weird or be weird or anything like that. And then I was also planning this with my friend Inky, because we went to WeebCon together in Texas, where I know we talked a little bit about it before. We went to WeebCon together in Texas, and we were both dragged around by Hayuki for most of the day, and just kind of hung out and got to see some of the VTubers that we like. And so I was like, okay, I know I really liked hanging out with you that time. You're good to hang out with. We just kind of vibe, and we're able to separate and come back together without it being like oh, we have to be stuck to each other's hips all the time type of thing. And so I was like, okay, let's see. And Inky's like, well, we need a room. We need to get our tickets. We need blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, so when does your ticket get in? And Inky's like, Thursday morning. And I'm like, when Thursday morning? And Inky's like, Thursday morning. And I'm like, Inky, I'm trying to plan this out, because if we go in together, then we'll be able to like get an Uber together to the hotel. Like, it'd be easier that way, wouldn't it? And Inky's like, yeah, you're right. Oh my god. And I'm like, yeah, so when's your flight coming in? And Inky's like, on Thursday. And I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna YOLO it for sometime Thursday morning and hope for the best. And this other person that I was hanging out with, oh my god. Hi, Lulu! Hi! Let me see if I remember how to shout out people. Oh my god, it's in all caps. Yeah! Hi, everybody! Hi! Yeah, I was watching Lulu's stream a bit while I was at work, because I was like, oh my god, Crap Souls, I love Crap Souls, I really love this. And then I was like, no, now I have to drive home from work. No. Should have waited to be follower number 69. Yeah, so there's this person, his name is Cariel, if you don't know. He offered to get me and Inky from the airport over to our hotel on, like, when we dropped off. And I was like, oh my god, thank you so much. That is so amazing. How am I doing? I'm doing great. I hope that, I hope Lulu wasn't getting too wrecked by the big crabs. I saw some of what was happening, and it it looked like a rough day for our dropout Grim Reaper, if you catch my drift. Oh my god, my head's shaking everywhere. Eh. Lost for an hour and a half? That... okay. Lulu, why were you lost for an hour and a half? I know that... A big old lady was puking on us. Hello? I know... I know you have no sense of direction, but how do you end up walking straight into a vomit lady? That's insane. Like... I also love how OBS is labeling Lulu as a raider from Lulu. That's amazing. Congrats on being the 69th follower, Doomlab. Thank you, thank you. Oh my god. Every time I turn right a little bit, it's like, oh, you have a lazy eye? But yeah, as I was saying, Cariel, like, he was like, oh my god, let me go ahead and help you guys, get to the hotel. And I'm like, okay, so we have a plan. We got our tickets, we got our airplane tickets, we know what hotel we're gonna stay at. You just woke up. Whose stream did you come from? You came from a streamer named Cuckoo Aguirre, who is a Grim Reaper that dropped out of school. Thank you guys for helping me meet the follower goal. Oh my god. Oh, is this just like a, what's it called? A raid train? Where it just hasn't been stopping? Well, hi. And from, if you say Ellie, I'm assuming you guys mean, how do you pronounce her name? Elikumama? Is that it? Oh, was playing Overwatch with Raisu Pudding. Okay. You were originally in It's Eclipsed. Oh my god, you've been like at least through 4 raids. At least. I don't know how many for sure. But oh my god. You slept through Lulu screaming. Are you good? Like, you actually... Wait, but you woke up to me. How did you wake up to the nightmare? I keep getting distracted because I'm not used to having an actual, like, moving chat talking to me. That's so sad to say, but it's so true. I'm too scary, obviously. Oh my god. I'm so scary. Oh my god. But yeah, I was like, for Offkai, I was like, I'm gonna plan out everything with Inky because Inky's the only person that I've actually IRL met before. And even though I tease Ayuki and stuff like that, we're not actually friends on Discord yet. She thinks we are, because at Offkai she was like, oh my god, didn't I add you on Discord yet? And I was like, no, you haven't yet. So, I remember I was trying to figure out so many different types of things. I was like, okay, what are some good places to eat around there? I was like, I want to hopefully get some food that I can get for Cariel as thanks for, like, you know, driving me and Inky. What are the things I need to pack? Well, I'm going to be there for like 3 to 4-ish days, so I need to make sure that I have everything I need. Let's see. Oh my god, yeah, and shout out to Lulu too for helping me out with my makeup, because oh my god, I was breaking out so bad. Okay, in Texas, I break out every single summer. The air here is super dry. It's so dry and I hate it, and I don't usually care, because I don't usually care about actually looking good. Like, usually I just wear what's comfortable for me. Whether it's like, I don't know, pajama shorts and a tank top or whatever. I just wear whatever's comfy. But I was like, no, I want these people to think I look good. I don't want to be showing up covered in pimples. And Lulu was like, oh my god, okay, so this is what you need. You need to apply these things on in this specific order in order to hide pimples and so. Oh my god. She is a lifesaver. I'm telling you. She was my hero throughout the entirety of Offkai. Like, literally every day I got up, I did my makeup, and I was like, okay, I'm looking good. All the pimples are gone. I was your hero. Aww. We're each other's heroes. But yeah, I remember I got up really early. I think my flight was at like 7 or 8 a.m. And the flight ended at 10:30 a.m. California time, which is Pacific. And I remember we landed, I landed, and the whole flight was so annoying to me because I didn't want to pay for like Wi-Fi on the plane, and my service obviously didn't work because I was too high up in the air, and I was just like, I'm just going to suffer, I guess. That's just what's going to happen, is I'm going to suffer. That's it. That's all that's going to happen. I played Blatro a little bit, and then I kept falling in and out of sleep. Because what else am I going to be doing on a plane, I guess? But I remember landing, and then, Inky was already immediately messaging me. She was like, oh my god, you're already here? Perfect. Where's your plane? Where's your plane? Where's your plane? And I'm like, I don't know where my gate is. I don't know anything yet. And he's like, don't worry, I'm coming to you. And I'm like, what do you mean? I don't even know where I am. And I get off the plane. I'm like at the very back because I want it to be at the back so I don't have to worry about all of the pressure of everybody else trying to move forward fast. And I get off and Inky's just rolling towards me like, and I'm like, oh my god, you're already here. I didn't even know what gate I was at, and you're already here. I still don't know what gate I was at, and you're already here. And she's like, okay, where's your baggage claim at? And I'm like, I don't know, look. And she's like, oh, no, it's over here. Drags me all the way to the baggage claim, and I'm like, holy shit. Okay, we're doing good so far. And then, we were sitting there watching each other's, what do you call it? Watching each other's luggage while each person went to the bathroom. And then Inky goes to the bathroom and comes out and goes, hey, change of plans. Ariel isn't coming to get us. And I'm like, what do you mean change of plans? What do you mean Cariel isn't coming to get us? I just planned to have, get breakfast for Cariel or lunch as thanks for like driving and everything. And Inky's like, it's not happening anymore. We're being kidnapped. We're being kidnapped. And I'm like, by who? And she's like, Ayuki. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So I had to really quickly rush to like put on my makeup in the airport bathroom. Like I had to put on my lipstick and like get all my foundation on, and it was, oh my god, it was so I was so speed, but like it ended up looking good. I think I did good. Um, and so I did that, and I got out and I was like, okay, is Ayuki close? And Inky's like, no, not yet. And I'm like, okay, thank God. Thank God, that's great news. That means that that means that I didn't have to rush. I can still, like, fine-tune things if I need to. And, it was... Ayuki messaged Inky finally and was like, alright, so I'm picking you up and we're going to the aquarium. And this is, like, within maybe 30 to 40 minutes of us landing that all of this has occurred. So Ayuki's like, yeah, we're all going to go to the aquarium. We're all going to have a good time. And it's going to be beautiful. IU called an audible. I was literally 5 minutes into my drive to get you guys. I know. I remember I was checking Discord, and then I just randomly saw messages being like, at Cariel, change of plans. I was just like, oh my god. Ayuki literally just was like, I'm taking over everything. I've come your plans, I've hacked them. I'm here now. And so she didn't even ask, that's so true. She just decided. And so what happened was Ayuki picked up me and Inky from the airport. We put our stuff in the back. And we got the minimum that we would need to walk and made sure to have that on as like our, okay, you're walking around, you need like your wallet, your blah 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 type of thing. And I remember she messaged Cariel and was like, yeah, this is location, this is where we're going, you get these people, I'm getting these people, we're all good. And so I'm in a car with Ayuki, May's friend Vera, and Inky, and I'm in the very back. Which is very funny, because as we're driving there, the first part of the drive was pretty okay. We were just like vibing, doing our own thing. It said that we had about like 30 minutes to go until we made it to the aquarium. And as Ayuki was driving, this is like, how do I even put this? May was looking out the window. By the way, this is Meicha, who I have never watched before. I'm just never around to watch her streams. This was my first ever interaction and first ever time meeting her. So I was like, oh, you're that May. I'm like, I only know you because people really love your giggles. That's all I know about you. I've never been able to catch a stream or even see you in collabs or anything. Because as you guys know, or may not know, Inky's Kami Oshi is Ariel. Ariel VTuber. The Hollow Witch, I think it is. Holographic or Hologram Witch. And I don't usually watch her. Like, I usually watch her collabs, and her collabs are usually like ones with Michi or Heavenly or things like that. I've never seen a May in those. So I was just like, okay, this is my first interaction with this May person. And we're just sitting there driving, and I'm just seeing Elliot Cariel being like, oh my god, Ayuki bullies us so much. She destroys all of our plans. And aren't y'all both her mods now, too? Oh my god. She's like, I can boss these people around. I'm joking around, of course. She's a wonderful person. I just like to tease her. But while we were driving, May was in the front seat and was like constantly looking out the window and going, "Oh my god, do you see that patch of like land over there that's just countryside for miles? That's where they filmed Madagascar. That's where they got all of their, reference pictures for it." And Ayuki was like, "Oh my god, it is? Oh my god, that's so cool." And I'm like, "Oh my god, even I'm autistic and I can tell May's fucking with you, Ayuki." and, and I think May felt bad because Ayuki was blaming it, and May was just like, "No, I'm just fucking with you." And then I was like, "Oh my god, you see that building over there? I think that's where they filmed one of the oh my god, what was it? I think I said one of the Jason Bourne scenes." And Ayuki was like, "Oh, that's cool." And I'm like, "Ayuki, we just had this conversation." Oh my god. The Ayubites cracked me up all trip, just like, "Ayubites, let's go." It's so true. It's so true. We were all there to hang out with her, so that's what we did. Hang out with her and hang out with each other. It was so funny because we got Ayuki like that 4 times and she still didn't know that we were just fucking with her. I was like, "Ayuki, why are you like this?" And she's like, "How am I supposed to know if y'all are fucking with me?" Oh my god. And at a certain point on the trip, I was like, "Hey, we've been driving for a little bit. Why does it still say we only have 30 minutes to go to make it to the aquarium?" And at that point, Ayuki's like messaging Cariel, and Cariel's thing says that it's saying like 2.5 hours to get to the aquarium, while it's just telling us 30 minutes. And at that point, me and May just kind of like lost our minds at that point, because I think we had been driving for straight up a whole hour, and that was when we found out, oh no, it's not 30 minutes. There's still at least maybe an hour or 2 left of this trip. And I was like, what? This can't be. So we're sitting there driving and we're losing our minds because, like, I remember Vera and Inky were just like, they were posing as if they were Kelly Clarkson looking out the window and Breakaway, just like staring wistfully out the window. Maybe one day I'll leave this city type of vibe. And then then me and Babe were just like, oh my god, you see that river? That's from Happy Feet. And then May gets car sick, by the way. So we started worrying about her too, because like after a while she's like, okay, I can't hold it anymore. I'm starting to get car sick. This isn't good. But Happy Feet is a 3D movie and it has penguins. And so we were like, oh fuck. And Inky had to like climb into the back seat, into the trunk, in order to get the medicine for May. And May was just like, oh my god, this is terrible. I need to continue making jokes, otherwise I'm gonna die. And at a certain point, we were driving, and Ayuki was getting very angry. Not at us, at the drivers on the road. She was letting her inner Texan come out with how much she was cursing at the drivers. She's like, oh, these stupid fucking Tesla drivers, they all have their autopilot on, just randomly braking in the middle of the road. No wonder there's traffic that's 2 hours back. And then we were just we were like, oh my god, she's road raging. Oh my god, she's road raging. This is insane. And then she would like overtake them going like going the actual speed limit when there's a shit ton of traffic. And I was like, oh my god, she's racing down the street, she's swerving in and out of traffic, we're all gonna die. And I remember I sent a picture to the to Ayuki's Discord of how fast she was going, and I'm like, she's speeding through all the cars, we're all gonna die. Mind you, she was just going the regular speed limit, but she was getting so angry at all of the Tesla drivers. Oh my god. But luckily, we made it to the aquarium in one piece. We walked a bit, we made it to the aquarium, we all got our stuff, all got our tickets, and we walked in and met with everybody. The only thing I remember is Cariel's group of Ellie, Retro, and Mac just kind of showed up out of nowhere behind us. The One Piece, what do you mean scary? She's a good, no, she's a Texas driver. I'm telling you, she's a Texas driver. That's all I can say without my life being under threat. She's a Texas driver. Trust me. But the aquarium was so beautiful. Oh my god, I think I actually have, I made some tweets about it, like some pictures. Where is... Yeah, I'm just gonna link the pictures that I made, because, like, everybody talked about going to the aquarium, so I wasn't worried about bringing up May or anybody there, because I was like, you already posted about yourself being at the aquarium, it's fine. It's fine. How full was the aquarium? You know, it was like moderately busy, but it wasn't anything crazy. We were able to like meet everybody and walk around and all that. It wasn't like crazily busy or anything like that. How do I copy this post? Copy link. There we go. That is the tweet of pictures that I got from the aquarium, if y'all want to see. It's just a bunch of... I started it with the picture of the bird, because I thought that was really funny. That's just like, oh yeah, we went to the aquarium and saw fishes, and it's just a picture of a bird. You think your brain was done for that day. 4-hour drive. 2:15 to the aquarium, circling for 40 minutes to find parking. Didn't even have the energy to swoon for May properly. Worst first impression ever. It's okay. We all knew how tired you were, Cariel. You were a hero. You were a hero that got everybody. But the aquarium was so beautiful. There's like so many pictures, actually. I don't even know if I can get this in as a browser source or something. I'm bad at things like that. Yeah, there was a hagfish. We're walking around and they're like, oh my god, it's a hagfish. And then Ellie pointed at Yuki and said, oh my god, they have you here. And Ayuki just stared at Cariel for like 10 seconds without saying anything. Or stared at Ellie for 10 seconds without saying anything. It was insane. It was so funny though. I just really liked walking around and seeing the jellyfish. Because I think jellyfish are really cute. Ayuki kept trying to show you the exhibits. Yeah, I remember she was trying to drag you around to show you stuff. And then they had sea lions, which I thought were seals. And I sent that to my friend Rika, who's a Selkie seal. And she was like, those are sea lions, not seals. And I was like, oh, I I've embarrassed myself. I just thought you would like them, and I have embarrassed myself. Oh, you love jellyfish, Sarah? Or, sorry, you love jellyfish, Fee? Yeah, check out the tweet that I have. I was like, oh my god, yeah. There's so many. I know! I know, I was like, I'm so sorry! I had to apologize. I had to dog us to Reika, because I was like, I'm so sorry. Yeah, jellyfish are so pretty, and they had so many different types at the aquarium, too. I just kept taking pictures of them. And then, let's see. What happened after that? Oh, yeah. Honestly, I had a great time at the aquarium. It was really beautiful. I really am glad I got to experience it with so many cool people. And then one main thing that I wrote down on my notes here is that I called Inky short, and then she tried to jump attack me. Like, I don't know if you guys know what the skill Lion's Claw is from Elden Ring, but it's this thing where you jump up into the air and then swing down a sword at somebody, and Inky tried doing that at me, and I was like, oh god, I gotta run away. Ayuki in the group photo attempts. Oh yeah. Yeah, Ayuki, she is a very big photographer. She wants everything to look the way she wants it to, which I don't blame her for. Like, it's everyone's memories, so if you want it to look good, why not? But she easily takes like 10 pictures at a time and says, never mind, everyone pose again. Everyone pose again. Everyone pose again. And it was just so funny. Me and Inky got used to that at WeebCon because she kept asking us to take pictures of her. She even asked, like, Romo too when he was at WeebCon. But at Offkai, she was just like, alright, I'm taking the picture. Everybody pose again. Pose again. Pose again. And it'd be like when we're trying to eat or when we're trying to do something else. It was so funny. I missed the part when there was a kid running in front of the camera barking at her. I didn't get to see that part, honestly. Yeah, I was like kind of on my own adventure at that point because I need to take certain medications daily. Otherwise, like, things go very bad for my health. So I was like, you took a picture of me from the balcony? We're going to talk about that later. You are being very sneaky, sir. I saw you doing things. I outed you to Ayuki. No, actually, I outed you to Inky. I don't think Ayuki was paying attention. But yeah, like, I have to take medicine every morning, otherwise things to my body start going fucky. And I had to split away from the group for a bit to go get something to eat to take with my meds. And a lot of stuff happened while I was away. But I know that I was heading back to the... Oh yeah, the aquarium trip ended, and I got to give May a hug, and Vera a hug, and then we all got in our cars, started heading back to the actual hotel. And when we got to our hotel, Ayuki was like, I'm gonna kidnap Inky. Bye! And just stole Inky, and I was like, oh! And then everyone else arrived at the hotel and was like, oh, where's Inky? And I'm like, she was kidnapped. She's gone now. I don't know where she is. Ayuki took her somewhere, and they're just gone. I don't know where. It was... Ayuki is very spontaneous and very, this is happening and it's happening now. And honestly, it's really funny and cute of her to be like that. Because she's just like, we're doing this now. starts rolling out. Oh, IU was kind of being a mom the whole trip. She likes to say, I'm not your mom. But she was being a mom the whole trip. And so what ended up happening was, me and the rest of the IU Bites, we kind of went over to the convention to get our badges, which was like super fast. It was like only 5 to 10 minutes to get our badges. We got all of our merch stuff, we picked up our cards, and then we just were like, okay, we need to go get dinner. And honestly, like, I just kind of YOLO picked a place for dinner because I didn't know any good places for sure yet that were still open. But I found a place and I was like, okay, this has a big variety of things. Let's go there. I'll cover the meal for everybody because I did want to cover for Retro and Ellie for being so nice and letting us room with them. And I wanted to cover for Cariel for, of course, the driving. And then Mac just ended up being an extra person to cover for, which it wasn't a big deal. I really didn't mind. So we went out and got dinner and it was actually surprisingly good. The biggest issue was that their sodas were so expensive, and this was before we were used to how expensive everything in California was. Because, oh my god, it's so expensive. When we were driving there, no, I think it was when we were driving back, that I saw a gas station, and the gas was like almost $5 a gallon. I was like, that's scary. Because, like, I can imagine if you live there, your funds are like the bare minimum is like 15 an hour. So that means everybody's got to pay more than that. They've got to pay competitively and usually higher than that for the cost of living. And I was like, that makes sense. This is still scary if you're just touring here because you're not used to that type of expenses. But I remember I went home. I don't remember if I took a shower in the morning or at nights when I was there, but at some point I took a shower and went to bed. Oh, I got this really good air mattress. It was actually really nice. I just got it from Walmart, and because it was like, oh yeah, this is a queen air mattress, and I was going to be in the bed with Inky. We were just going to be sharing that bed, and it was just like, I was like, okay, I want to make sure it has a lot of room. And it did. It was really comfy. But I felt bad for Inky because every night she was like curled up in a ball because she was always cold. She turned up the heat on the AC because she was so cold. And I'm like, I'm so sorry you're so cold. So, let me see. Oh, right. I was asleep by that point, I think. But at a certain point in the night, Ayuki messaged everybody and was like, hey, who wants to go to bars? And it was like at 2 a.m. And I was like, I was dead. I was dead asleep. And I think Ellie was like, yeah, everyone's asleep. And she's like, and I just was like, okay, fine. Everyone, we're getting up for breakfast at 8 a.m. Meet here. Meet here or be square. And she said that at like 4 a.m. So she was like, at 4 a.m., she was like, I expect everybody to be up within the next 4 hours and at the breakfast at 8 a.m. Which was so funny. Because we get to the breakfast and Ayuki isn't there. And her bots are messaging her, and they're like, hey, Ayuki, where are you? And she stopped messaging. And we give it a good old, like, what was it? An hour, I think? 30 minutes to an hour waiting for her. And she didn't show up. And Tanyan, who's Ayuki's mom, was like, obviously she teleported to the wrong time zone for breakfast. Our time traveler who's terrible at time. Tisk, tisk, tisk. So, we ended up getting breakfast, and then I think it was like an hour and a half past the actual meetup time, she finally was like, I'm awake. I'm awake. Are y'all coming to get me? I'm awake. Poor Ayuki. I know they all had to go get their badges. I stood with Inky in line to get badges. Because Inky, well-known Incubus, who is terrible at taking care of herself, like the last few times she's been in a line to get her badge, she nearly passed out from dehydration. And I was like, that's not happening this time. It's not happening this time at all. So I stood with her in line. It took about maybe half an hour, but it wasn't like too crazy. I remember the first day, what happened was we walked around the artist alley because we wanted to see everything they had. Inky's plan was, okay, she had like an idea of what things she wanted, which was specifically Ariel merch. And then she had an idea for what, she wanted to look at everything to get an idea of what she could buy on the second day. And so I was just buying shit. I didn't care. I was like, oh my god, this is a crazy Ollie merch. I'm gonna go get that. Which is probably time for me to do the thing I was gonna do. Hold on. This is gonna look really weird, I promise. Oh my god. This needs to be moved over. What the hell? What the hell? I guess I'll just do that. So awkward. So awkward. So awkward I am. Let's see if I can even move this stuff. Oh, I can! Look at that! Yeah, here's my badge. So here's my badge that I got. As you can tell, I filled it up with so many different things. What is happening? Why is it... I've obviously done something wrong. There we go. I think, hopefully. I don't know. Yeah, okay, perfect. So I filled it up with a bunch of ribbons because I had never done this thing where you get the ribbons before. And I got so much merch while I was there. Yeah, here's the Michi jar I got. Oh, it's so cute. Look at it. Like, I just thought that was really cute. And I remember I was asking if I would be banned for posting it in the Michi cord. Because I was like, there's no jars allowed there, but it's so cute. It's just art. It's not a weird jar. It's a cute jar. Yeah, and then I have the Michi twerking keychain. It's so funny because it spins, but if the leg is positioned up like super high, let me see if I can show you guys a better angle of it. If it's positioned up really high, it makes it look like she's like scratching her back like dogs do. It's so funny. And then I got Porcelain Maid, Yomi. And then here's all the crazy Ollie merch that I got. Oh my god, there's actually so much. It's actually kind of insane. Oh yeah, I got Yomi Quinley, who is under Sock's agency. She was one of the people at the Maid Cafe. I didn't get to meet her. I really wanted to. I didn't get to meet her. They had so much Ollie. They had so much Ollie stuff. It's kind of crazy just how much Ollie stuff they had. Oh yeah, and then I got some tickets to the Dream Grove Gardens. Look at that. Actually, hold on. Let me... This is so weird. I tried angling it in a way that it's like normalish, but it's just weird. It's messed up. I messed up everything because I'm not good at being a VTuber. So, yeah, they had Dream Grove Gardens, which I got when I met Big Nose Bug. And then also, oh my god, I got this really cool merch of this VTuber. Her name's Ayuki Akiba. Oh my god, it was so crazy. But I know that when I was walking around the convention, I ended up meeting like a lot of people. I met Papa Mutt because like I think he was setting up for like just a random meet and greet, but hadn't actually started it yet. And I was like, oh my god, I'm just gonna come say hi. Hi, Papa Mutt. And he recognized me from going to WeebCon, because I actually saw him there previously. But especially who he recognized was Inky, the Ariel cosplayer. But yeah, we got to say hi to him. We kind of got everything and then split up. And we were like, okay, we're all gonna... No. Actually, everybody was asking what everyone's plans were for the first day. And the one thing that Inky wanted to do was go to a VTuber panel, but wanted me to go. Oh, have a good night, Fee. Sleep well. The one thing Inky wanted to do, like way beforehand, was go to the VTuber panel, and was like, Pan, can you please go with me? I don't want to meet any weird people there. And I was like, okay, I can do that. And so we ended up going to the panel, and it was actually really funny. Like, there was this one VTuber who I didn't recognize named Fee, and she just kept lifting her leg up every 5 seconds. She was like, oh, you want to know what I think about that? Lifts her leg all the way up. Yeah! Oh, you didn't go to the VTuber event, Lulu. Yeah, there was Fifi, there was, Project Melody, there was... I'm gonna say her first name wrong, but she's the Sun Eater. And then there was Cottontail, and then there was the other Fee. And Fee just kept lifting up her leg every 5 fucking seconds. It was Vexoria! Vexoria, yes. And Ellie was just taking pictures and videos of everything that happened. Oh, was it Elle? Was that her name? I didn't recognize her, because I hadn't seen her before. Oh my god, it was so funny just watching her randomly do that, though. And Ellie was just taking pictures and sending it to everybody, and... oh my god, I was just sitting there, and I just randomly hear him go, I can send this to my mom. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, Ellie? Why? What do you mean? What the fuck are you talking about? But it was really funny. They had like a kind of guess the truth or the lie type of thing. And if you guessed the truth correctly, then they had to strip. Okay, Ellie that lives on his own. I'm surprised your mom just walked in, but hi, Ellie's mom. But it was just really funny because they were just teasing each other and messing with each other. And at one point, Fifi and Melody were like, we're not bottoms. We're not bottoms. And then everyone in the audience said, yeah, you are. And Melody went, she was so offended. And then Vexoria just started doing her mommy voice at them, and they're like, okay, yeah, we can't even argue. It's game over for us. We can't even argue. Oh my god. What the fuck did Ellie send me? Ellie sent me a picture of Ayuki in front of the hagfish. Oh my god. I gotta go back to my notes. Hold on. Yeah, then we went back to Ayuki's place. Oh no, we didn't go there. We actually went to this udon place that Lulu recommended. Oh my god, it was so good. Because everyone was in the mood for like ramen, and I was like, well, all the ramen places are closed, but there's this udon place that's still open. And we go there, and it was so good. Everyone had such a wonderful time. And I was like, Lulu, thank you so much for that recommendation. Everybody loved it there. They loved it. And this was where Ayuki's mothering started to come in, because she had her chopsticks and was eating normally and then was looking at everybody else. And Retro was trying to eat, and she was like, no, 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 no. You hold your chopsticks like this, and then you just pick it up like this, and this is how you're going to do it, okay? And then she turned to Ellie and was like, do you need to know how to do this too? And then turned to Inky and was like, okay, make sure that you eat this so that you're able to, you know, be full. She was just mothering everybody at the restaurant. It was so cute. I was just enjoying my food though. I was just like, but it was great. Then we went back to Ayuki's hotel, and she kept trying to get us to go swimming. She kept trying to get us to go swimming, and I was like, I think it's too cold for that. And everyone agreed. Like, I was like, if there was a heated pool or a hot tub, I would be so down for swimming. I think it's too cold right now for normal swimming. But then we drank a bit, and then we went to the yabai market, which the yabai market, going there the first time and going in there tipsy, oh my god, I was messaging Inky. I don't know if I have the messages still. Okay, I don't have the messages yet. But I was messaging Inky and I was like, oh no, there's tits everywhere. I didn't even know what to say. I was just like, they're everywhere. Everywhere I look, there's just more boobies. Oh no. And Iki thought that I was saying oh no because I was like super drunk and about to pass out. No, it was just because I was thinking to myself, I'm walking into the yabai market with a bunch of people that love women. Lesbians, straights, all of them love women. And everyone has their titties out in this place. Oh my god, but yeah, I remember we just kind of ended up winding down for the night. And after making sure that everyone voted Yuri on the tag, recipe for disaster. I know, right? I was like, a bunch of people that love women entering this yabai market. Like, it was a pretty tame market. I'm not gonna lie. There was a lot of like pinup stuff that wasn't nude. However, for their nude stuff, it was all titties, solo titties out, super out. Then there was some like Fuda stuff mixed in. And like, I specifically remember seeing art of Mitten Doki fucking. And I was like, oh my god, this is insane. And then they had VTuber doujinsis there too, which was also crazy. And I was like, this is going to be a recipe for disaster for some of the people that are coming with me. Absolutely. Absolute recipe for disaster. And I feel like I turned around for 5 seconds and everybody came out of the mark with like a shit ton of items. It was so funny, but I was just like, oh my god. And then all I have here is that I went home and slept like a fucking, or went to the hotel and slept like a fucking boulder. And I was like, yeah, that sounds pretty accurate to me. That sounds pretty accurate. All right. And then, day 2 started, and no, it was in the middle of the night. Grant started messaging people and was like, hey, if you don't make it to the Michi panel, if you're not one of the first people there, you're a loser. You're not a fake fan. You don't deserve to be the Michi, and you don't deserve to be a scamper. And I was like, I take that as a challenge. I take that as a challenge. And so I was like, we had breakfast, and I booked it to the Michi and Kuro panel. Like, Offkai technically doesn't open until, like, I think it was like 10, but and the Michi Kuro panel wasn't until like 11, I think. But I got there at 9:30, the doors were open, and I was like, YOLO, I'm going in. I went in, I got a spot. I was like 3 people behind the front. And it was so funny. I sat there and I opened up my phone, and none other than Lulu, Grant, and Blaze are like, hey, can someone get us a spot? We're gonna be super late. We're gonna be really, really, really late. And I'm like, oh, who's the fake fan now? But I was really only saying that towards Grant, since he is the one that challenged me. Everybody else, they got a free pass. So in line, like, at the meetup, or no, not at the meetup, in the line, I actually ended up meeting the people that were going to be in charge of the meetup later on. Besides Lulu, I saw Steffi and Pinky there, who I got to meet, and I was talking with them, and I was like, oh yeah, you know, if you guys need help, I'm so down to help you guys. And they're like, oh yeah, just show up about like 30 minutes early and da-da-da-da-da. And I got myself one of these things from them. I think it was the I am a scamber, I am a foreskin. This one right here with the scamber crossed out. That's one of the ones that I got from them. Huzzah! Huzzah indeed. And then, I think it was like 30 minutes prior to the panel opening, I then see a Michi cosplayer running towards me, shaking her arms in front of her like, oh my god! And I'm like, this has to be Lulu. And then Lulu comes up and is like, Pan, thank you so much for saving us a spot. And of course, next to Lulu was of course Grant and Blaze. Grant was like FBI Jared, and Grace and Bland. I started talking too fast and my words fumbled so hard. But yeah, and then Blaze was the Kuro. And we all were in line, we were talking about how Lulu was apparently practicing a bunch of Michi phrases so that she could like talk with people at the convention and be like, oh yeah, I'm totally, I know Michi, I know exactly her phrases, all that stuff. She's like, I'm so hungry, I need my chocolate bread. And then also going, well, look who we have here. If it isn't Cuckoo Agiri. And then they finally started letting people in, which was perfect because like the line started getting really long, and they let us in. And I ended up sitting up front with Lulu and Grant and Blaze, and then Micah showed up and was like, hey, Michi has a message for you guys specifically. She says, fuck you. And that was just so fucking funny. Because apparently she could see us on the camera before the event even started, like before they were even up. She's like, oh my god, I know those people. Tell them, fuck them. Yeah, and then Maiko said, say fuck you back. And there was another person who was part of the IU Bites, Angel, who was like, oh my god, I want Maiko to pick me up. And Maiko was like, alright, I'm gonna do it. Maiko picked him up, and I was the one that actually took a picture of it. It was so amazing. I was like, oh my god. Maiko's fucking strong for how, you know, short and pink he is. But, like, the whole thing started, and I actually saw that somebody had posted the whole panel on YouTube. But, basically, it was Michi taking everyone's love tarot readings, and it just got more called out and more called out as she kept reading them, and she's like, please, can we do question and answers? Please, I don't want to read any more tarot. I'm afraid. Because every single one of them was like, hey, your love life is so fucked up. Or, hey, the person that you know you're already gonna marry. Oh yeah, she did paninis, and paninis was, you hate your job, but as soon as that you're done with your job and you're ready to slow down, then you'll finally find love. And Michi's like, please don't leave me. Please don't leave me though. But please don't leave me though. Yeah, if you get a reading from Michi, she recommends do not get one from her. Get a love one from Ollie. Get a regular one from her. Like, do not get love from her. Because she was like, please, everyone stop asking me about love. I'm gonna die. And there was a certain point in time where I remember everybody flipped off Michi in the crowd. I forget the exact context. But I remember everybody that Kuro was like, hey everybody, tell Michi fuck you. And everybody lifted up their middle fingers and said, fuck you, Michi. And Michi just went, does there need to be context to flip off Michi? Apparently not. So all I remember is Kuro saying it, and I was like, okay, Kuro. They had this really cool PC case. I think it's going to be coming out soon. It's by Stoneforged Technology. They're going to have a Michi case. Oh, I can actually just tweet that out here. They have that case that they're gonna be having out on July 14th. Like, that's when the pre-order starts. But whoever was there at the actual event could have gotten a pre-order. Or could have gotten one for free. And I was like, oh my god, please, please, please. This gives me an excuse to actually upgrade my PC if I have a PC case. Because I'm just streaming on a laptop. Michi did start late because she was DMing everybody. She had to be reminded that she had a panel. She forgot that she had the panel, had to be reminded to eat. So it was 30 minutes late, and stayed past 30 minutes too. That's one thing I appreciated about Offkai, was because even if a panel started late, they would still let the panel continue on for however long their slotted time was. So we still got the full experience of Michi and Kuro, even though they started late. I know, Gray. I want this case so bad. I'm gonna get it. And then it's gonna give me an excuse to actually build a PC. Because all I have is my Lenovo gaming laptop. Woo. But then I know what I ended up doing was I ended up walking around a little bit and going through the artist alleys again, because I was like, okay, I need to get this and this and this and this and this, making sure I'm getting all the Ollie merch I see. And that's when I found out that Lulu, Grand, and Blaze were also in charge of getting a bunch of merch. And I was like, oh, okay, well, here's where some stuff is. And they're like, oh no, don't worry, we have a website that tells us where everybody's selling everything, which I didn't know about. I was just buying stuff with my eyes. But they're like, oh no, we got it. We everything's fine. We're just running around getting stuff. And then the Scamper Canine meetup finally happened. And I got there like an hour early just in case. I got there an hour early just in case. And yeah, Steffi was like, hey, I need help. And Lulu was like, I'm actually supposed to be helping out with this too, but I can't because I picked the wrong shoes and I'm gonna die. And I was like, Lulu, why? Why do you have the wrong shoes? Why didn't you bring any flats to the convention? And she's like, you know, that makes sense. I should have brought some flats. Oh yeah, Lulu was so cute. She is so adorable. But she just sat on the chair, little princess, and Steffi, Pinky, and I helped get everything set up. And I remember at some point, Grant messaged me and was like, or was messaging in this Discord where and was like, hey, is there any way we could actually like stream this? He was talking about how there's someone he's friends with who wants to be able to experience this, or experience like the meetup, even though, you know, they weren't able to get to Offkai themselves. And I was like, you know, I don't mind doing that. And so I did. The meetup started. I started live streaming it to the sub channel of Michicord. I feel comfortable saying this because multiple mods outed that happened on the general part of Michicord. So I was like, okay, I can talk about this. Yay! Yeah, I'm glad I could. But I'm very not good with technology. So one thing I will state is that I didn't realize that there's a 25 member cap to people watching in voice. Which is why Ayuki ended up taking over later on for me in the other thing, the stage? Is that what it's called? Yeah, I didn't know anything about that either. So Ayuki ended up taking over later on, but I was just streaming it and I had to turn off the my noise. I had to turn off my noise control thing on Discord, which is so funny because I previously had it off until I was playing I think I was playing Helldivers with Ayuki, and then she was like, please for the love of God, turn on your Discord noise control thingy. And I was like, okay, I can do that. And then just to be told, okay, no, you have to turn it back off. No one can hear anything else but your voice. And I'm like, oh no, that's not good. So I showed people around. I showed people what was going on, like what we had built up. The tower, the pyramid of Indomie we made. Like the raffles that we had going. Yeah, there was no virtual snacks. But everybody was super nice. Everybody was super normal except for Sarah. But that's not for me to out. That's not for me to out at all. Everybody else was super normal except for Sarah. Anyway, there were so many people that were coming by that were saying hi, and it was just so nice to get to see so many people. And I was just like, recording or like streaming it, blah 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 blah. And then all of a sudden, who else but Michi herself shows up with Oscar. And I'm like, huh? Which apparently everybody else knew that she was going to be there. Because Lulu was heavily hinting about it to multiple people, but she failed to realize that I'm autistic and don't get hints. So I was like, what? Michi's here, huh? And then, and I was like screaming, I'm like, oh my god, Michi's here? And then Michi yells, I see you, Panran VTuber! And I was like, oh, I've been perceived, I have to hide. Oh my god. But it was so much fun. Like, Michi also forced me to be in the staff picture. She wanted Blaze and Grant to be in it too, but they ran off before before they could be in the picture. So if you do look it up, you'll find me. But yeah. Honestly, it was like my first time doing anything with an actual community, because a long time ago, like before I was Panran VTuber, I was random chatter that doesn't join any discords and just kind of lurks all the time because I'm afraid of interacting with people. But when I became a VTuber, I was like, I actually want to talk to people. I want to make friends and get to know more people. And, you know, I got to meet Steffi, Pinky, Lulu, Grand, Blaze, like, and there was so many people that I met at that meetup. Like, I also got to meet, what's their name? Snake Eyes. And there was one other person Zane. I got to meet Zane Koji. Like, I've never done that type of thing before, and it was such a wonderful thing getting to meet everybody, and everyone just had so much fun. Like, I know that's not something we can probably do every year, because Offkai wants to make sure to cycle through all of the attendees, and I think they would probably be upset if we kept having Michi there year after year after year. But honestly, this was like such a great thing, and I was like, oh my god, it made me understand what being part of community means. And it was such a sweet and fun time. I absolutely loved it. And, you know, I was like, oh my god, I'm getting really sad, but I was like, oh my god, I don't think this would have ever happened if Michi and Ollie hadn't told me to start VTubing myself. Like, if it weren't for those two, I would just still be a random chatter, but they both told me that, you know, I should start VTubing. They specifically said, yeah, start VTubing. Don't join a corpo, but VTube! Which sounds just like them, right? But yeah, it was so nice. Like, the IU Bites, they feel like a very small, well-knit community. Everybody there helps each other out. They're all so sweet. And then, but we didn't have like an actual... It felt like everybody there was already friends, especially because we all just follow Ayuki around anyway. Like, I don't know how to put that. But like the whole Scamber Canine meetup, it really felt like an actual community thing. Instead of just a bunch of friends being nerds and hanging out. And I was like, wow, this is so nice. But oh my god, there was so much Indomie. There was so much Indomie. I really loved the thing that Lulu did where she brought Airheads and Dum-Dums. That was really cute. I'm listening, Lulu. Whoa. Grand Head and Dumblaze. Grand Head and Dumblaze. Oh my god, that sounds like Beavis and Butthead. But yeah, like, it was just very nice. I'm reminiscing about that because that was really nice. And I don't know if I'm gonna ever have a moment that feels like that, where I'm in the position that Michi or even Ayuki are, where I'm with a bunch of people that are fans of me. But I hope that'll happen one day. I think that'd be pretty cool. Like, I just really wanted to do VTubing because I was like, I want to meet people, I want to be friends with people, and I want to make sure I specifically carve out time in order to play the games that I want to play. It's happening right now? Yeah. Yeah. To me, it feels like y'all are friends, not fans, I guess. Like, okay, so since y'all are here, I'm planning on opening up a Discord for my birthday / anniversary that's happening on the 20th. And, like, y'all are people that I would put in the VIP section, which means that y'all would be able to join me on Discord whenever I'm streaming. Like, I know that's one of the things that I want set up for it, at least. You're just really, really parasocial fans. But yeah, I appreciate you guys so much. It's really nice to have people that, like, support you. It's really... How do I put this? I used to have somebody that I was friends with. We were really, really, really good friends. And, like, we had been friends for decades. And he even promised me, like, hey, like, I know that it might not work out, but I would really want you to be, like, the, like, person in charge of the bachelor party. And I'm like, oh, cool, I know exactly what we'd do. We would set up Call of Duty in a movie theater, because that's the exact thing you'd want. But, like, I used to do so much content with this dude. I did podcasts, I actually helped him out with his merchandise too. I was the graphic designer behind a lot of his work. But the thing is a lot of the times it felt like I was being more so used for my skills than I was actually being supported in any type of way. Like, one of the things that I said was like, hey, yeah, I'll do this stuff for you for free. The only thing I want as, like, payment is one of the shirts or one of the designs each time one of mine gets released. And even that he wasn't able to do. A lot of stuff that I did do art of, he claimed it partially as his own because he offered edits for me to put in. Like, I design it and then he's like, actually, maybe we should change this. And then I would change it and he'd be like, okay, now that I've asked you to change that, it is officially partially my art as well. And I was like, okay, sure, I guess. And, like, I know it seems like I'm a very new VTuber, but I've been in content creation since 2009. Like, I'm used to having people around that kind of try to use you as a stepping stool, but I don't know how to put it. I'm not used to having people that actually support me. Like, actually like my content and actually support what I do. Like, I don't know. I'm just not used to that. Maybe one day I can look back and be like, oh my god, I'm used to this. I'm used to this now. Like I said before, I'm used to chatting around in a chat that doesn't have anybody in it. Like, even, like, back in 2009, when I started doing other stuff, I was used to uploading videos, getting no comments, getting no likes, getting nobody starting conversations or anything. I started live streaming. Nothing, really. I just am kind of used to that type of thing. And hopefully one day I can look around and be like, oh my god, no, my life has changed so much, blah, 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 blah. But right now, it just feels like it's a bunch of friends that are here supporting me, and I really appreciate you guys doing that for me. I'm just a little fella. Just a little fella that's here yapping. But Lulu, you're gonna shake me? Well, I feel like I've done something wrong if Lulu's gonna shake me. Ooh, ooh, ooh. But yeah, then, they had this whole concert at Offkai, which I didn't go to, because I thought it was gonna be hot. I've been to concerts, I've been to dances, I've been to all sorts of different things, and every time I went, it was always hot, and the bass always gets so loud that it hurts my stomach and makes me nauseous. And I was like, yeah, there's a bunch of wonderful singers up there. None of them are people whose content that I actively watch, so I'm fine with taking a step back and doing something else. And so what I ended up doing was hang out with Lulu, Grant, and Blaze. And we went back to their hotel to drop off some of their stuff, and that's when we found out that Blaze had hurt himself pretty badly by wearing the wrong size tights to go with his Kuro cosplay. So I had to be his nurse and, you know, get him some band-aids and other stuff to help with the injury that he got, because he was bleeding very badly. It wasn't good. But luckily it healed up. I checked in with him to make sure that it healed up, and he said that it had, which is good. But yeah, make sure if you're ever wearing anything that is restrictive, make sure you're wearing it in the proper size. This goes with binders, shirts, gloves, socks. You do not want to get yourself hurt. And then we went out, we got pizza, because they were budgeting really hard, which is what they explained to me, because they were getting all of the Michi merch and all of the Ollie merch as well, because they're like, Michi asked for both. They asked for both. We gotta get everything. We gotta get everything. And I literally looked at them and I was like, I've bought all the Ollie merch I've seen. It's almost $400. And Lulu was like, no. But yeah, we got pizza. And then we went to go see the Yabai the Yabai Mart ourselves. It was really funny because Lulu kept getting stopped in the middle of the convention by the Gooner game person. And I was there when they were talking in the Yabai Mart. I don't know where Blaze and Grand went off to. I think they just wandered off somewhere. Because, yeah, we saw the Gooner game person. We, like, looked at all of the stuff. And, Lulu, of course, voted for Yuri on the board. And then we stepped out and sat down and just waited for them all to be done. And, like, oh, actually, since we're on day 2, I should show y'all the other thing I've got. Oh. Please. Okay. Perfect. I'm going to have to zoom out a bit, because these are the posters I have. So this was the one thing of Ollie that was at the lewd panel that I definitely made sure that, I made sure that Lulu got this, because I was like, Ollie's going to want this. I know Ollie. I've been a fan of her since day one, including all of her Zombie content, membership content. Ollie is a fucking gooner. She would want this so bad. And I got one for myself too, because this is a really good picture. And then there's also this in her idol-like uniform. It's so pretty. So pretty. But yeah, like, I guess I don't know where to stop. I'll just stop here. Ollie is a riot. She's such a wonderful, sweet person. I wish that, like, there's a certain way to compliment her, and I'm just not good at it. Like, I just have to be like, I love you, you're awesome, you're amazing, you're wonderful. And I'm just not good at complimenting her the way that actually helps her out the most. But she's absolutely wonderful. She's my Kami Oshi. Yeah, she's just absolutely amazing. And Lulu was like, yeah, I don't know anything about Ollie. Would she like this horny art piece of her? And I'm like, yes. Yes. That would make her incredibly happy if you did that. But then we ended our day at the hotel eating pizza. We just all got pizza. So that was my second time having pizza that day. We all got it. We all were just vibing, having a good time, yapping, and all that. And I also got this... Oh my god, it's rotated! Whoops. I got this, amazing Ayuki Akiba poster, which will eventually be out with her merch. And yeah, she signed it for me, but you don't get to see what it says because it's backwards. And then I got some Michi stuff, which these two Michi prints are mine. This second one is Inky's. It just got mixed up with mine, and I was like, this is going to be a funny story to tell. Because Inky and I, we just kept, like, buying things for each other, and I was like, okay, I got this, and I just forgot to give it to her. Oops! So she has something of mine, I have something of hers. Yay! Oh, and then I also have this, this. I have the headshot of Ollie and the art of Michi and Kuro from the Scamber and K9 meeting. Yeah, Steffi was just giving these out to everybody. And then finally I got these two things of Ollie right here. They're so cool looking. But yeah. Oh. At that point, we all went to the hotel. We all had pizza. I think we were up until 3 or 4 a.m. Which made me realize 3 things. 1. Everybody has only had 4 to 6 hours of sleep daily since the con began. 2. Ayuki does not need much sleep in order to function. And 3. Tomorrow is the last day of the convention. So I was like, hey everybody, let's all sleep in. Let's not plan anything. Let's just sleep in. Because if we don't, there's going to be a lot of cranky people on the last day of the convention. So we ended up actually, like, sleeping in. We got up, and Ayuki was like, hey, let's go get breakfast anyways. And so we all went to go get breakfast, and it was really funny because our time traveler is really not good at time. There was a time where she was like, okay, I'm going to be down in 15 minutes. And then she took 45 minutes. And I was like, Ayuki, where are you? So a lot of people were just like waiting for her. We ended up just having breakfast, going to the convention. We looked through the area for any last minute purchases. And it was so funny because I was walking around and I was literally just buying any last minute Ollie merch that I saw that somebody else didn't get. Like, or something that I didn't get. And I was like, oh, I don't have this thing. Let me grab that. And I meet these two people in the artist alley and they're like, oh my god, do you think Michi's manager is going to have enough time to get her stuff? And I'm like, I'm sitting there and I'm like, So I was like, hey, what's going on, y'all? And they're like, oh, Michi's manager came by to pick up some stuff for her, but they haven't been back. And there's only 2 hours left until the artist alley closes. We're, worried that we won't be able to give this stuff to her. And I'm like, okay, let me try messaging Lulu and Grant just in case. And so I messaged them, and they're like, oh no, we're still trying to get things done at the artist alley and all that. We'll definitely be there. And I'm like, okay, awesome. And I get the last stuff. I start walking out of the thing, out of the convention, or out of the artist alley. Dang. I start walking out of the artist alley, and then I see Maiko in a full sprint run right past me into the artist alley. And apparently it was like during some meetup that he was supposed to be there for. And he's just fucking sprinting into the artist alley. Because I think this was the day that they were also told that Kuro wants all of his stuff from the convention too. And it was like, okay, we gotta get everything that's Kuro, Ollie, and Michi, let's go! I felt so bad for them. I really, really fucking did. It was crazy. He told Maiko at the fan... That's why y'all... I knew something had changed between Saturday and Sunday, because y'all suddenly had to go get Kuro stuff too. I didn't realize it was at the fan sign. That is so hilarious, considering literally the day before Michi was like, man, look at Kuro. He's not even at this meetup. Look at how much he cares about y'all. That's why y'all should subscribe to me, Michi Mochibi. Oh my god, that was so crazy. Oh, you pulled up to Michi's fan meet and Maiko was so tired. I bet. Having to get... the meet and greet. Okay. And Maiko was so tired. Yeah, it's... I don't blame him. It's like, hey, now you have to get 3 talents. And I know Michi. I know she's gonna definitely pay y'all back. You may have to remind her, though, because she might forget. Because she's very forgetful. Love her to death. Girl is forgetful. Yeah, he lifted a lot of people, actually. There's quite a few people that he lifted. I didn't get to see the other ones that he did, though. All I saw was him just... Oh, he also lifted Grand at some point. I remember that. But it was just so funny, because he was, like, sprinting throughout the convention, like the world was ending. Which, I guess it was. There was only 2 hours left until the artist alley closed, and the man had not finished getting everything. But afterwards, we all ended up meeting at Denny's. Oh my god, that's right. Y'all. So we decided, like, 2 or 3 weeks before the convention that we were going to go to a maid cafe, non-maid cafe. We were going to all dress up as maids at Offkai and go to a Denny's. And I was like, okay, I'm so down for that. My maid outfit did not arrive until the last day of Offkai. I look at my phone, I look at what it says on Sunday, and it's like, your order has been delivered to your apartment. And I'm like, I'm going to actually kill myself in Minecraft. That's actually fucking insane. What the fuck? I was so mad because I couldn't be a part of the maid outfit shoot that I think it was... I don't remember who all was part of it. I do have a new maid outfit. Oh, and also... Lulu gave maid outfits to both Grand and Blaze, and Grand was like, I don't want this. You take it, Pan. Hopefully it helps you. It didn't fit me. Hopefully it helps you. And I was like, damn, that's so sad it didn't fit me. But yeah, I do have a fresh new maid outfit. Maybe I should take pictures in it or something. I wonder if that'd be a good idea. Maybe I can do it for if I hit a goal or something. But yeah, like, I got thigh highs, gloves, like, I got hair accessories all to match my maid outfit, and all of that came in except for the outfit itself, so I was so upset. But yeah, we ended up going to Denny's. We took a lot of pictures. I think Lulu sent some of those pictures straight to Michi, but I also got everyone milkshakes who wanted them, because I was like, I feel like getting some ice cream to end out a convention is like a really nice thing to do. Like, it's just a great way to end it. And then we started the process of everybody, packing up, heading home. It was very sad. I really, that first 2 weeks after Offkai, I really sat there missing everybody. Like, I have my own schedule of watching people stream, which I've talked about before, where it's like, at 6 p.m., I watch Galaxy Goldfish stream. At 9 p.m., I either watch Lulu or Ayuki stream, depending on whoever is streaming at the time. And then, if at 11 Michi's streaming, I will start watching her. And this is all in Central Time, by the way. And so I was just sitting there and I was like, wow, I really miss everybody. And that really got to me. And I was really like, It had me in a little bit of a depresso funk. But you want to know what had me in more of a depresso funk? The day that I got back from the convention, I was driving my car, or the day my airplane landed, I guess. I was driving my car, and the battery light is on for some reason, which my car is really a piece of shit. I'm going to be honest with you. It is made to function in such a way that you cannot put anything in the USB port to charge it. And that is not a flaw. That is as intended by the designers of the car. So the battery itself is weak and requires charge in order to keep going. And I guess for the few days that I went without driving it, which is about 4 to 5-ish days, that was enough for it to start fucking up again and having electrical issues. And so I'm sitting there and I'm like, all I have to do is get home and then everything will be okie dokie and everything's gonna be fine. And then I end up stopping in the middle of the street. And I'm like, my car has stopped working. I can't turn it on. Do the hazard lights work? Okay, they do. So I turn on the hazard lights and I try contacting my mom because I know she has some type of thing, which now I know is we have AAA roadside assistance for free. That's what I know now. I didn't know what type we had at the time, so I was trying to contact her. She wasn't picking up. So I called Verizon Support. No, Verizon Roadside Assistance. That's what it's called. Because my mobile carrier is with Verizon. Bleh. And they're like, okay, yeah, we'll be out and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay. Now, mind you, my car just fucking dead in the middle of the street. No AC. I'm not staying in it. So I get out of my car, roll down my windows a little bit so there's some air circulating in there. And I go off to the side in the shade and I sit there and I wait. And then a tow truck person arrives. It's a tow truck person with a flatbed. Like, they have a flatbed. I don't know much about towing. I don't know anything about cars, actually. And so he's like, okay, I need you to switch your car to neutral. And I couldn't. I couldn't turn on the car to switch to neutral. So he jumped my car enough to switch it to neutral. And then we were able to, like, there was some chain attached to it, I think, that started reeling in my car and pulling me up the ramp. And I was like, okay, that's cool. And I was like, hey, is there any chance I can sit with you? It's hot, my car's dead, doesn't have AC, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, oh, one moment. And pulls me up all the way. The flatbed goes up. My car is now horizontal with the road, as it should be. And I'm like, okay, hey, can I come out now? And he goes, one moment. And gets in his car and starts driving away. I'm still in my car on top of this flatbed. And he tells me, keep your foot on the brake. And during this time, I'm like, what do you mean keep my foot on the brake? And so I'm sitting there with my foot on the brake. I don't know what the fuck's happening, because I don't know anything about towing or anything. I am a not knowledgeable person. And it's hot in my car. It's really hot, and it's getting hotter and hotter. And like, I guess finally my mom got the message from me and was starting to try to contact me. But all I remember is she kept trying to contact me because my phone kept going off, but I was like too tired to pick it up. So I ended up passing out in my car from heat exhaustion. And I live in the same apartment complex as my mom does, and she saw the tow truck bringing me in, and it was like, oh, okay, that's what happened. Pan's car died, everything's fine. And then sees me in the back and goes, and so she had to drag me out of my car, fill me with a bunch of electrolytes and water, and throw me in front of a fan to cool me down. And I ended up being okay. But I want my money back, because that costed like almost $200. And I'm like, apparently, having somebody in their car while on top of the flatbed is illegal. And also, telling me I just need to keep my foot on the brake means they did not properly secure it. So I'm like, this is not, that was apparently not it at all. And so my mom tried calling the tow truck company, and they picked up the phone and just said, are you okay? 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 Until she hung up. And I've had to deal with tow trucks before. Usually what they try to do, or what the companies try to do, is they try to call, or like, they try to get you on the phone in order to discredit you immediately for when you get put in court. So, like, they'll call you and they'll try to be like, blah, 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 blah. Like, I once had my car towed and they did damage to my car. It was only to the front bumper, and I was like, hey, you guys did damage to this. I know y'all did. Can I please at least, like, get a discount or a refund? Because it shouldn't have been towed in the first place. And they're like, well, how do you know it was damaged? And I'm like, well, because I looked and it was damaged. Like, this was not there before. And they're like, well, you want to know what I think? I think that what you're doing is, you're trying to blame all of the stuff on your car with us. And I'm like, no, I know what's wrong with my car. And they're like, okay, well, you need to check your car all the time, like every time you get it cleaned. And I'm like, I don't get my car cleaned. I don't have the money to do that all the time. Why would I get my car washed? It's just mud on the side. And the dude's like, okay, that's pretty fucking gross. But he was trying to get as much out of me to discredit me as he could. Like, and I was just like, you know what, this isn't worth my time. Because, like, Jesus Christ, dude. You're just sitting here yelling at me over the phone, trying to get me to break, so that I don't take you to court. And it's just a waste of time to do any of that. Ugh. Unfortunately, you have to threaten people like this with a court case and getting reported to the law. I know. I don't know how to report them to the law. Like, how do I do that? Do I call 911? Do I, like... Oh, I call the non-emergency line. Okay. Because, like, I do want to report them really badly, because because of the medicine I'm on, I'm very, very, prone to issues with heat. I can't be in a hot area without getting sick, which is why I opted out for the concert before. And then I'm also on, PTSD medicines, which also make me more prone to heat exhaustion. And it's just like, it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Start with the police, additionally the city's Department of Transportation. Okay. So I know how to reach out to the non-emergency line. I can do that. I don't know how to reach out to the Department of Transportation, though. I need to figure that out. Because, like, I'll do the stuff. It's just when it comes to trying to figure out how to get to these things, that's when it starts to get confusing for me. But yeah, that was my time coming back. And then to make sure I didn't use up all of my vacation days for the year, I swapped off days with somebody so that I could what's it called? I swapped off days with somebody so that I could get that Sunday and Monday off too. Which, that Monday was the day that everything went bad, which is good because I got to rest at least. But then I worked all the way from Tuesday until the Thursday of next week, which was 10 days straight. Which is why I was so tired and was unable to get this out in a timely manner. Yay! But yeah, I feel like I've gotten to meet a lot of cool people because of becoming a VTuber. Like, people that are actually interested in being friends with me, not in using me for talents and stuff. And I really appreciate that. It's really nice knowing people that actually care about you. It's not something that maybe that sounds sad, but it's not something I'm very used to. And I'm really glad I got to meet you guys. Okay, how do I get rid of it? Wait, can I move this? Oh. Oh. I'm gonna do this. There we go. Now I'm full screenish. But yeah, I don't think I have too much other stories. I had just been working for those past 10 days, and I was like, I need a break. And then I had my days off. I caught up on sleep. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to stream like I usually do Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, just to see if I can get myself back into a schedule. And here we are. I will say, I don't know if I have any plans for the 20th. Not gonna lie. I know I work that day, but I do want to have a stream that night. Maybe for, I don't know for how many hours. I don't know. I want to do something. I know any friends are welcome to call me on that day if you wanna. But I just don't know what to do. I know I have something that's being made, because, like, I have nothing else I can provide right now. But that's going to be a surprise for y'all to see whenever the day actually comes. Ooh, fancy. How long have I been streaming for? Why doesn't OBS tell me how long I've been streaming for? Oh, it does! 1 hour and 55 minutes. A bunch of minutes, I know, right? I don't really have anything else to say. I'm gonna start, I'm gonna be playing more Elden Ring tomorrow. I'm gonna see if there is anybody to raid, because I have nothing else going on right now, honestly. Let me see. Yeah, I just have nothing else to really yap about. It's just been a very tiring time since I got back, because now it's all office politics at work, and it's not fun. I just work a simple security job, and I just want the people at my job to be safe. But my boss is too far... No, my boss has their head too far up their ass to care about opinions that are not their own. Yay! Okay, let me see. Let me see if anybody else is still streaming, though. I'm glad you had fun, Gray! Thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate that. I'm just a little person that be existing. You know how it is. I'm not sure who I will be able to raid, so I'm gonna randomly try some people, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Oh my god, I do actually have a quick story before I go. I tried meeting a few VTubers while I was there, and one person I met was Big Nose Bug, which I saw her and I was like, oh my god, I love your cosplay. And she's like, no, it's me. And I was like, I'm gonna die. I was just like, oh my god, that's such a cool cosplay. And it wasn't a cosplay. It was just her. Oh. But yeah, I really wanted to meet Yomi and Umi Kyoku and Miss Lala, and I want to meet Joel, Porcelain Maid. But it just didn't end up happening. It wasn't in the cards that day. I did try always looking for them though, because like, I really enjoy Yomi. Yomi was one of the first people who talked to me after I became a VTuber. And I'm always like, oh, you're so cool. Thank you so much. You're such a wonderful person, and you have such good advice. Okay. Now, let me go ahead. Oh! Oh my god. Apparently, someone else is already doing a raid into this person. But who cares? Who cares, right? But yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow at, midnight, no, 11:59 p.m. Central Time. That is when I will see you. I hope you guys get some good rest. I hope you guys, what's it called? Drink, hydrate yourselves, stretch, do everything you need to. The world isn't always a kind place, but try to make it kinder for yourselves. Yeah. Good night, everybody. I don't have a raid message because I don't know what to have it be. So, good night. Give some love to the Big Nose Bug.